everyone, welcome back to Two Idiots Review. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Hannah, and we are getting ready to watch Marvel's Iron Fist Season 2 trailer, official trailer, because they did like a little tease at Comic-Con, but it was like 20 seconds and didn't really show anything.
And then I think they dropped something else, and I never even watched that.
I did. It was like another like 20 seconds of nothing. So this looks like, I think, a full trailer. So
I mean, it comes out in like a week, so
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 minutes, so we'll finally get a little something about what it actually is. Hopefully it's
a lot better.
That's what I've heard. I haven't seen, obviously, the trailer yet, but from what I've heard, that this season looks better than the first season. So, I mean it's hard to go down.
Yeah, like, you can only go up, like, from the first season of Iron Fist. So,
which, I mean, there were certain aspects of it that I really liked.
We just rewatched the first season. And
well, yes, there was
the first 8 episodes are a real snooze fest.
It was like we were discussing. Like, it wasn't until they introduced the
Colleen
mentor,
Sensei.
Colleen's Sensei, that was turned out to be one of the fingers of the hand. But yeah, once they introduced his character, that's when the season really started to pick up.
But it was only like then there's like 3 episodes, and it was like, and the season's over.
The only thing I dislike they got rid of, or I mean that they concluded what's his name story. Their father. Well, I'm terrible with characters' names. But Harold,
Harold Meacham.
Because he was a really interesting character, and I thought they were setting up to obviously have him be the villain in like this season or like a future season, or continue to be a continuous kind of pain in the Iron Fist's life. But then I was like, oh well, then they just killed him. So I mean, maybe he'll come back. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, there were some bright spots. Colleen, I like her character, even though she was part of the hand or whatever there for a little while, which I totally forgotten until we were watching it, and then I was like, oh yeah,
that was kind of a nice little twist there. I mean,
I was like, I forgot about that.
I mean, I remembered, but I didn't see it coming the first time around. I was like, what?
Yeah. And obviously,
but she was part of the good hand. So.
Yeah. That's when Claire's like, you should call it something else. So the other bright spot for me is Claire, because I like her character, and whenever she pops up in any of the series, I'm always like, and so she definitely added a much needed level head, because Danny was very, very childish in that season.
Claire may not be in this.
I don't know that she is. I don't know that she's in any future ones, to be honest. Like, I haven't really...
Because, like, her character, if they're not going to do another Defenders, which, I mean, they haven't confirmed if they will or will not, outside of that, like, her character's purpose is done, except for, like, Luke Cage. Like, season 3, I feel like, would be the only thing that she would be in.
Well, but I still, like, unless they officially do, like, Night Nurse with her and, like, kind of develop her a little more further out, where she can still be in everybody's kind of series, but her role isn't just to step in and be like, hey, I know a guy.
So yeah, she played very much like a Nick Fury role.
Yeah.
Just like popping up, making little cameos, being like, hey, I kind of know
or
everybody.
Coulson, he was just kind of like,
or Coulson. I mean, yeah, they're both kind of that in the phase 1
Phase 1, yeah. So, but we'll see. Hopefully this is better. Because I will say, he was a little better in the Defenders, and then his one episode in Luke Cage, Danny was like 1,000,000 times better. So I'm hoping that we're kind of taking that momentum and we're going to continue to like him. Because he was the weak link. Danny Rand was the weak link of Iron Fist, which is unfortunate because it was his series. So you don't want the weakest link to be the head of the series. But he has gotten better, like, post-Iron Fist in the Defenders and Luke Cage. So hopefully that continues.
Some episodes in the Defenders.
Yeah, we're rewatching the Defenders right now too, and it's there's
we haven't gotten to the episode yet, but the episode where they're like, oh, you have to sit this one out because the hand wants you, and then he like throws a tantrum.
Oh yeah,
that's still coming. But,
yeah,
but outside of that, like he has
gotten better. So
we'll be hopeful for season 2, and then we'll see what this trailer has in store for us.
All right.
But first, this came in today with my.
We're not giving that away.
No, this is not a giveaway. This is mine. I just wanted to show it off, and then I'm just going to put it up here. I don't know. And we have a lot more pops than just this. We just don't swap them out. Probably should. Mm-hmm. But anyways, all right, now let's
watch the video.
Watch the trailer.
Already so much better.
I've not been home in days.
Oh, at least he's covering his face. I figured he should be out
sleep when you are home.
fighting crime.
many times a night you light that fist up?
Okay, do it on
On
command now?
I see how much you're pushing yourself.
Just trying to keep the peace. What am I supposed to do? I didn't ask for the Iron Fist.
I'm fighting for what I believe in, no matter the cost. What are you fighting for?
Trying to do what's right.
I didn't expect to see you here, brother. We have family matters to discuss.
Something's shady about that guy.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
and Davos. You were trained together.
Oh, no.
I fought my brother. There is no changing what happened.
You feel that you can just walk through this world as if it belongs to you. The Iron Fist. It's not a weapon to be held, it is to be used. Now you'll give me what's mine, brother. You will suffer.
The Iron Fist. Davos wanted it.
We can stop him, but I need help.
You're not alone.
I was wondering.
You can't save everyone.
I can't just sit here and do nothing.
I have become the thing you never had the strength to be.
History doesn't decide what happens next. We do.
We should do this more often. Dinner out, a movie. Date night.
September 7th. Oh, okay. Well, it's a little bit longer away than I thought. I literally thought it was like next week.
Oh, no, we still got a couple weeks. Still got a couple weeks.
So it actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like, I mean, they are at the end of the first season. They kind of set up Davos as being,
Like
you know,
a shady
he- 'cause,
character.
well,
I
he
even
was
said it.
talk-
I was like, something shady about
well,
that guy. And
he
I'm
was-
like, oh, he's the villain.
He was talking to Joy. So in that little training thing, they showed Joy, and I was like, of course. Which I don't understand her position. So, in the end of the first season, she was like all upset that her dad set up Dany, and then Dany went and like saved them all by like, you know, turning himself into the Hand and all that, and then defeated them and did all that or whatever in the first season. So we thought he defeated them. And so then she was like all super grateful, and then all of a sudden she was just like, oh yeah, we got to do something about Dany. I was like, where did that come from?
Well, I think that came from the episode where like, oh no, because that was her brother that did all that.
Yeah, so it was like at the very end, like, you know, she was like, no, Dany, like, don't sacrifice yourself, like, don't, you know, she didn't want him to like turn himself into the Hand and do all that, and then like he does, and he defeats Madame Gal. And then, like, all of a sudden, she's like, oh, we gotta do something about Dany. And she's talking with Davos at that cafe with Madame Gal, like, sitting behind him. And I was just like, I don't understand your character right now.
I don't know. Hopefully they'll dive a little bit more into that so we
yeah,
can
I'm sure they
understand. But, I mean, yeah, having his friend be, you know, taking on the Iron Fist as well. I don't know if he stole the Iron
That's
Fist.
what I was just wondering. I was like, did he steal it? Is he,
or are
like...
they both Iron Fist now, which, I
and
mean...
his is evil, that's why
I mean, I
it's
imagine... I imagine they're probably both going to have the power, otherwise what's his name? What's his friend's
Davos.
name? Davos, that's what I thought. If Davos takes his power now, he's just a regular guy, like, I feel like it's not going to be all that exciting. Well, I want to see, you know, Iron Fist versus Iron Fist, essentially.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's probably where they'll go with it, and it's interesting that they're doing this in the second season, because usually, like, characters' introductions are usually facing a foe that is, like, the mirror of them. Like, you know, Iron Man taking on the Ironmonger and, you know, Captain America, Red Skull, all that type of thing. So usually they face, like, their mirror self in their introduction
But
thing.
since they were doing all the stuff with the Hand and Daredevil,
Right.
and then that was going to be Defenders, like, they had to do that.
No, I understand. I'm not saying
yeah.
that it's wrong to do it this way. I'm saying it's interesting because usually in the first season or a first movie or whatever, they usually do this storyline first, and now they've saved it and
Yeah.
they're doing it later on,
Well,
which could add an interesting twist to it.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, I mean, it looked pretty good, and I was actually thinking before we started it, like, I wonder if Misty's going to be in it, since Colleen was in Luke Cage, And then like they showed her, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, there she is. So she is going to be in it, because you know there's the whole like Daughters of the Dragon thing with like Misty and Colleen. So like I like their characters together. I think they have like a good dynamic.
And there's no reason why like those kind of smaller side characters can't have a larger
Crossover.
role. Have a larger crossover role, not just like a one episode deal, but like, you know, they can be in multiple episodes.
I kind of think that Danny's was going to be this, you know, Iron Fist was going to be the series that maybe would actually mention Daredevil dying in the Defenders.
Right, which could explain...
Because nobody has, and I'm like, so is... You know, is somebody going to?
Well, I thought Jessica Jones briefly did, but
I mean, but it was like a very, if it was a very like
whereas here, like, you know, you can see in the beginning of the trailer, he was like very like, you know, I'm going out into the streets every night and like fighting crime stuff. Which is what Daredevil did. So there could
so hopefully there's some
like,
sort of,
you know, I have to take over where he left off.
Yeah, because isn't that what Matt told him like before?
Yeah,
like
protect my city or whatever. So he could be taking on, you know, even if he's not like so much mentioned. Like we can see his motivation is because of Daredevil in this, and that he was very much affected by Daredevil in what happened in Defenders, which is kind of weird because they didn't really have a whole lot of interaction.
No, not
like
not
him
too
and Jessica
much.
had the most interactions, and then
it was like Luke Cage and Iron Fist were, so it was kind of like 2 and 2. Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird that she didn't mention it a little more, because she, you know, they were kind of paired up a lot. But I guess we'll find out for future seasons. There's rumors that Daredevil season 3 is actually going to come out this year also. So
yeah, I think it's been confirmed, but I'm not 100%.
Well, they haven't. Well, I think like the Netflix like boss kind of said something at the TCAs about, oh, you know, we've got a bunch of stuff coming up at the end of this year, and he mentioned Daredevil, and so everybody was like, Daredevil's coming out this year. I don't know that there's been an official like time frame, or even that it's actually been officially confirmed, other than him saying that.
If anyone has any news that has been officially confirmed, please link it in our video, because we want to know.
We want to know for sure, because I want to see that. Amazing. Yeah.
But if nothing else, I mean, this trailer did its job. It makes me excited to see the next season.
Like it actually looks pretty good. So
I'd have to classify this as a good trailer, because it did exactly what it needed to. It makes me, you know, more hopeful, more excited that season 2 is going to be something better.
And I didn't see Danny once make his little like pouty face. So I mean, that's a major improvement right there.
So I mean, you know, I think they have a new showrunner, because I think they
do. I think the previous one was the showrunner for Inhumans, and I'm like, wow.
Well, I mean, he did Iron Fist first, and then we're gonna give you Inhumans.
I was just like, Marvel, what are you doing over there, man?
And they're like, okay, no, you're done. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully with the new showrunner, this looks like it might actually be, you know, a redeeming arc for him, and you know, I don't know.
Yeah. So hopefully, but let us know what you guys thought in the comments. If you liked, disliked, what you're looking forward to, if you're not, because the first season was terrible, so it is hard to kind of get excited, but this actually did its job, like you said. So let us know what you guys thought. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.